6 chill, for real.
Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership is up next.
Shalom, Israel. Shalom. Welcome to class again on this lovely going into the Sabbath. It is a glorious Shabbat evening. If anybody has any questions, prepare them. We're going to do our little announcements for all the new brothers and sisters. I got to say this. We need y'all help. We need y'all help to get out the classes, the cable shows, and all those things. I mean, you're always on your phone. We ask that y'all share the cable shows. You know what I mean? Because I'm not doing 10 cable shows and then gonna put them all up there at the same time. So we're trying to get views on this first cable show, which we did on the vaccine. We're trying to get 1,000 views, and then I'll put up the one I did on witchcraft. Y'all gonna love the one I did on witchcraft. A lot of information in there. It really goes in on this day and age of that spirit of witchcraft here in America. I want to put that out. It's done. But it depends on how long we can get up to this vaccine video. So I ask that y'all brothers and sisters help us promote the Hidden Truth Bible Show, 5 Minutes of Wisdom, the news channel, our classes, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that. If you don't like us, talk crap about us in the chat. All right? I'm just joking. No, but seriously, let's get it out. Let's get it out to help us boost. Man, they did something to YouTube. I remember when we was getting like at least 500 to 600 views just on class in Houston. So I don't know what they did. Whatever they did it. But help us boost the other channels, the new channels, all right? Y'all know the classes. We have classes in these locations. Check us out if you have any questions. You know what I mean? Check out Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. Check out San Antonio's class. I don't know if we got anything for that up there. Support the brothers in San Antonio. They've been hard at work, getting down also. This is Mashaba's Blog Talk Radio. I gotta ask him, is he still updating those? But there are old classes on there. They got a lot of classes. This is for the hungry, the brothers and sisters that are hungry, the ones that are jaded already. You've been in 3 years and you're already tired, right? That ain't for you. The ones that are actually hungry and starving for the word, we got many venues for you to eat. All right, and it's free.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's free. Nobody's up there banging on y'all for alms or tights, or you know what I mean? You can rarely hear brothers ask for support. So check that out. We also ask that y'all support the garments. The sisters really get down. They do all the fashion here. They do all the garments, the headbands, the girdles, the armbands, all these things. So we ask that y'all check out Fringed Up. You can and help out with that. That helps the school. And then we also got the Hebrew Academy. If you feel that you want to be the First Timothy's guy, 3, and you want to be a bishop, and you want to partake in the actual ministry, right? And you want to transition from part-time to full-time, you can partake in that, Hebrew Academy, all right? And then if you got any questions for us, you can call us, text us, no drama, all right? Those are our numbers on the screen. We also got Sweet Ambiance. If you want to support that way, you can support that way, all right? So we're going to open up with questions. Oh, right. And the last thing, alms, offerings, Bibles, books, pencils, papers, pads, all that. We need it. We appreciate you. So anybody got any questions? If not, I'm flying through this so we can go into this topic. If you don't got anything, we'll go straight into class for tonight. Anybody? I know y'all are hungry. Oh. Everybody don't raise your hand at one time. You know what I mean? I know y'all been in the book eating. The Spirit of the Lord. All right? Spirit of Hamashiach. All right? Anybody got anything? Anybody been in deep studies that needs a little bit of insight help? No? Okay. All right. So we'll wait a few seconds to see if anybody online got anything. And if not, we're going to go right into the topic. Tonight's class, we're going to talk about the appropriate time to divorce. This is a big thing. When's the right time to divorce? Right? And we're going to go through the scriptures showing when is the right time to think about divorcing, right? It's the time for all things. So when is the right time to divorce? So does anybody got any questions before we go into this topic? Nothing online? Chaazaqya is going to hold his question and he's going to wait for his father to answer it. All right. Hold that, Chaazaqya. No, you know what? What's your question, Chaazaqya?
When I was reading in the Apocrypha and Ecclesiasticus,
Okay.
it's there.
You got to talk a little louder so I can hear you.
Let me get there. Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 15.
Ecclesiasticus 7:15.
It didn't make sense to me.
Huh?
It didn't make sense to me.
It didn't make sense to you. Somebody go ahead and read that. Yeah.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7 verse 15. Take not labor's work.
7:15, that's your question?
Yeah.
So read it again.
Take not labor's work.
Well, labor is, watch, look up the definition. And Chaazaqya, when you're not understanding a verse, what you need to do is, first of all, get a dictionary. That'll help you out. Learning kind of getting the basics of what it's saying, right? So labor, what is labor? Who got labor? Labor. Hate not laborious works. Go ahead, read that.
Labor. Work, especially hard physical work.
So hard physical work. Hard physical work would be like when we mow the lawn outside and it's hot outside. Then you gotta rake the leaves. You gotta pick up the branches. That's laborious work. It's hard. So the Most High, every time I mow that lawn, and I realize I got one patch of grass on the right, one patch of grass in the back and in the front, I got another 2 big patches of grass. I repeat the scripture to myself. Hate not laborers' works. Why? Because a lot of grass, big house, comes with work. But now if you transition the house or the mowing the lawn to family, right? That's what it's going into. So you met your wife, you met your husband, and you guys don't have no kids. Next you know, 3 years later, you got 6 kids, right? Why 6? Because Israel loves kids, right? That's how we get down, right? So you got 6 kids later. So what does it say when we read on?
Neither husbandry.
Neither husbandry. So the laborer's works you learn around the house, you will also learn how to be a good husband or husbandry. So remember when we went over the bishop, the things that the bishop had to learn? He would learn those things in his house and take them to the church. Well, the same thing. You will learn. It's patience dealing with mowing the lawn and building the shed and throwing the leaves. You're going to learn that patience when you deal with your family, your household. So now you went from y'all being together, enjoying each other, gazing in each other's eyes and speaking in a holy language while her hair is flowing, right? Did that ever happen? It was supposed to, right? What happened to the honeymoon? It was supposed to be a honeymoon time where you had all that joy, and then next you know, the work came, which is the babies. Staying up late, you being the father, you changing some Pampers, she being the mother, breastfeeding, Pampers. It's laborious work. Just, you hear it? Just talking about it is laborious, right? It's tiresome just speaking about the Pampers, the kids, the making sure they get up, making sure they do their homework. It's laborious work. So the Most High is saying, don't hate laborious works, because they're going to teach you certain essential elements in your life. You kids, that's what y'all are learning. So that's why we remind y'all. I always tell my kids, like, look, if you can't clean your room, then you can't take care of a dog. Right? You can't take care of a dog and clean your room, then what about life? Right? How are you going to deal with these things in life? They're not. So you can't hate. It's your dish time and you hate it. It's your time to do the floor and you hate it. You got to love those works because it's going to teach you something in the long run. Y'all got that? Okay, did that help out, Manatazak? Okay, let's go ahead and go into this. Hold on one second. Go ahead.
The question is, was Enoch or Abraham the first prophet?
Was what?
Enoch or Abraham the first prophet?
Enoch or Abraham? Enoch. Well, Enoch was before Abraham, right? But if you want to get technical, Adam having the laws and commandments, right? What did he have to do during his time? Preach, teach, right? So, but if you want to go tit for tat scripture that says, oh, he was a prophet. And the reason why I said Adam is because did not Adam had to govern the nations? Did not Adam have the laws and commandments? Did he not have to rule as a king? In that he had to teach. So that's why I say Adam. But when you look at the dissipating of humanity, right? From Adam on down, you got Enoch, and then you got Abraham. Right? Because Enoch was before Abraham. So he comes through Enoch comes through Abraham's lineage all the way down. All right? Was that it? Oh, is it? Oh, I'm sorry. Abraham comes through Enoch. The water for correcting me. Abraham will come from Enoch's lineage, right? So it would be Abraham second, and Enoch will be first. All right. Well, you got some? No. Okay. All right. And I'm assuming that because you're asking that question because it says Enoch preached, right? Okay. Let's get that real quick, just in case. I'm assuming that's where they're asking the question from. It's I think it's in I thought it was in was it in Ecclesiasticus? You're talking about 44:16? That's the one I was looking. Yeah, Jude 1:14. And I'm assuming this is why they're asking that question. Enoch being prophesied.
Yes, somebody get that, please.
Jude 1:14. Go ahead and read that.
Jude chapter 1 verse 14.
Go ahead, you got it.
And Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, Behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000 of his saints, to execute judgment upon them all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of the ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches with ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lust.
Okay, so right there is telling us that Enoch, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these. So Enoch was he was prophesying. He was a teacher. He was a prophet. So yeah, all right. So it would be Enoch that would be first. But remember, we're talking about the same lineage. Why did the Most High chose Abraham? Because Enoch, right, through Seth, right, through his line, through Eber, right, that all of them in the same line of Shem, they were all taught the same. So it came to Abraham in Mesopotamia. He was what? The one man that stood to his guns, right, and followed the Most High. While all nations were wilding out, Abraham was the one man. Think about that. One man during that time, right? So you got to see why the Most High, that lineage, and then Abraham was more important during that time. All right. What else we got?
That's it on that.
Okay. All right. No more questions?
No, sir.
All right. Let's go into tonight's class. When to divorce. Very important. A lot of people don't know when to sever things, right? Cut things off and stop dealing with things. And I know this is a rough topic, so I got to touch on the basics when dealing with divorce. I can't just jump into the killer scriptures. I got to go through the actual law because and we touched on it before, but I got to do it for the new people. Because this is a strong topic, right? Go to Matthew's. Go to Matthew's. Go to Matthew's 5. And you're going to read 29.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 29.
Daniela, go ahead.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 29.
They can hear online, right? Okay, go ahead.
And if thy right eye offended thee, pluck it out.
Right, so there's a time where you got to learn how to sever the cancer from you. Right? If your right eye is offensive, sometimes things got to be plucked from you. Right? Cancer has to be taken out and destroyed from your body. Because if not, then you're going to just die. It's going to consume you. So that's what the Bible's telling us. If your right eye offending, we know your right eye can't be offensive, right? Your right eye can't be offensive unless you got a disease in your eye that says what? We got to cut your eye out, right? So this analogy, he's just saying, listen, there's some things that are offensive to you that cannot be part of you, right? And a lot of people, law-wise, has to know when is it lawful to cut that off. Because we be trying so hard to be around this individual, right? And it's just destructive. It's corroding. It breaks our whole family and house down because you're around this spirit, right? Now, I want y'all to keep in mind that we've did many classes on unity, on love, on the man, on the woman, on being together, keeping the bond, working out marriage. Have we not? Huh? Okay, you got to fight for us. The people are watching. Have we not done these things? Okay, so the one class that we haven't done is when to sever. When you got to just cut this thing away from you and get it away from you. Right? So read it again.
And if thy right eye offend thee,
right?
Pluck it out,
right?
And cast it from thee.
Yeah, if your right eye offend you, if it's coming to be destructive and harm for you, your house, your family, you got to cut it off. Same thing with mom, dad. Y'all hear the stories? You know what I mean? We have to do that with our family. They weren't going to influence our kids and throw pork in the soup and the food and then get the pizza with half pepperoni, and then we got to worry about our sons at 3 years old, 4 years old having to deal with that. So what did we do? We separated from them, right? Grandma didn't see them till they were nice and 12, 10 years old to be able to say, nah, we don't do that. We don't eat that. And then when they try to play mind games with them, they were able to say, nah, Grandma, I'm fine. You see that? So you got to know when to say, nah, I'm not messing with Grandma right now. I'm not messing with Mom. I'm not messing with Dad. I love you, but I got to love you from a distance. Right? I had to sever. You have to learn how to sever certain things from you so it won't be destructive. Go ahead.
For it is profitable.
For it is what?
Profitable.
It's profitable. And that's the whole point, that it's profitable for you. Like, you got to understand why the Most High has put this here. It's not always good just to say, oh, I'm going to keep this person around. Remember, the scripture says, cast out the scorner and contention shall cease, right? Con? So you got to see that it ain't always, sis, let this young sister in the back give you that chair. Give her that chair, sis. One of y'all sisters, give her a chair. Get her the young sister chair. Go ahead. Y'all got to listen. I'm gonna say this again. When these grown-ups come in, you kids stand up and give her the chair. Give them the chair. We got another one here for you, though, sis. Here you go. You can park it up next to your mom if you want, or your twin. So I was saying that if you cast out the scorner, right? When it says cast out the scorner and contention will cease. REI, you can come up here. You can go ahead sit down there, Asa. You can sit there. You can just swap up here. That's it. Yeah, y'all get this? So there's a time for all things. Like, we can't just let things be cancerous to us and then accept them. Right? This ain't Christianity. Right? If your right eye if somebody's, what happened? Who did that? Khan. Yeah, you can't.
For thee, that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell.
Why? Because what is this about? Think about it. What is this about? It just told us. This is about you being not cast into hell, right? And sometimes, what could the individual next to you do?
Take you out the spirit.
Huh?
Take you out the spirit.
Right. Stand up, speak loud so they can hear you. Go ahead.
The person that's dragging you down can take you out the spirit.
Yeah. A person around you can bring you out the spirit. You're trying to stay in the spirit, follow the Most High, and then you got an individual that's constantly pulling you down. So it says it's better for you to cast that away than you enter into hell. You understand? So where's your focus? Is it on the Most High, the Word, the book? Or is this individual going to pull you out? So go to 1 Peter's. Huh?
Philippians 2 and 12.
Oh, is it Philippians? Excuse me. Philippians 2 and 12. Philippians. Scripture. Go ahead. Read that.
Philippians chapter 2 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
Wherefore, my beloved,
Uh-huh.
as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only,
Yeah.
but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation.
So you're working out your salvation. You can't have this individual pull you into hell. So you got to know when to say, you know what? Nah, enough is enough. I have to cut off the cancer, or else it's going to divert me from, and they're a distraction, right? They're a distraction to you. And this is what the Most High is going to show us as we go through these scriptures, man, how the Most High dealt with us. So there is a time to divorce. There is a time. And I'll remind everyone that hasn't seen all 50 classes, 1,000 classes. This is after you exerted, you try to reach to this person. Please be in the spirit, right? Follow Yahweh Shai. Hey, I'm going to work with you. You did it, right? And they're resilient against the gospel. They're resilient. It's to the point that we're like, listen, I ain't hearing you, and I know you're gonna be around. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and you do what you do. Nah, hell no. Hell no. There ain't no I'm gonna do what I do and you do what you do. Where are your kids gonna be if you do that? Your kids are gonna be in the middle of damn chaos, right? You in the house and she bringing in the Christmas tree, or he's in the house and he's bringing in the blunts. That's chaos. That's a chaotic house. So the Most High is not about that. The kingdom divided against itself, what? It's going to implode anyway. It's going to be destroyed anyway. So we got to see that why the Bible is warning us. Like, you got to seek out your own soul salvation. That's what it comes down to. We're all here as individuals, but in unity, right? But we're individuals. Everybody got to work out their own salvation and understand is what is required of the Most High. Now, I say that with knowledge. Not, I'm here, I'm working out my own stuff. Bro, you using that and not even doing nothing. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about really someone that's dedicated to the Most High. You get to use that. But not a person that ain't doing nothing, that ain't doing righteousness, that ain't sticking to the Most High. Part-time lovers, you don't get to use that. But the ones that really are dedicated, you got to know. I can't let these things distract me from the kingdom, right? Because that's the goal, right? One more. Finish that one more time.
But now much more in my absence.
I just read it too.
Work out your own salvation.
Work out what?
Your own salvation.
Right?
With fear and trembling.
Yeah, you got to work out your own salvation. And sometimes you got to acknowledge that this individual is bringing me down. This person is bringing me down. I've been around scriptures that I sat down, I try to teach. That person ain't listening. That woman ain't listening. Or the man don't want to abide by the standard. He's not listening. You know what I mean? The Most High ain't say, oh yeah, just let, oh, be with that person all the way till they drag you to hell with them. Or let them destroy everything and then leave anyway. That ain't what Yahweh Shai brought us to. And that's why I'm going to go to the law. But I wanted to start out with these. Go. Where's the other one?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 22.
Read that. Ecclesiastes 4:22. Read that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 22.
Go ahead, Michael. Go ahead.
Accept no person against thy soul.
Yeah, you can't accept no person against your soul. Now, once again, I have to be clear on these scriptures because it's not a tagline. And for when you out of order, you can use this for you. But you being out of order. Bro, I'm doing this for me. Bruh, are you really? If you're really doing it for you, then you're going to follow the gospel and you're going to learn in its entirety what is required of you. So don't try to use this as a punchline. But the fact is this. You're here doing the work of the Most High to please the Most High. You can't let the reverence of that wife or that husband cause you to fall. Or that uncle, or that father, or that mother, or that brother cause you to fall. Because people will, pull you away. It would distract you. I mean, we always talk about the job and all that. So the job, the world, the money, the lust, the flesh. But we're talking about individuals that is trying to distract you and pull you away from what you're supposed to be doing for the Most High in Christ. So there is such a thing. Work out your own salvation. There's such a thing. Let the reverence read it again.
Accept no person against thy soul. And let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall.
Yeah, fall where? Fall right back into the world, the old mind. Now he or she's convinced you to, maybe the truth is not the truth. That's why you got to seek out your own soul salvation. You got to know who's around you that's a doubter, unbeliever, fake, phony. Right? That's why we keep telling people, watch out for the new people. What happens? They will get you more than anybody in the world. The wolf is in here. Why? Because you come to learn, but then what? You got that one sister, that one brother creep in and tell you something stupid as hell and weaken your faith. Dumb as hell and to weaken your faith. Right? So we got to do what? As the teachers, we got to let you know. Anybody sitting in these chairs, if they're not an elder sister or brother, then they're new. You got to forgive them for their stupidity and their mistakes. You got to forgive them for the things that they might say that's out of line or out of order. Right? You got to, because they're new just like you. So the cause of, and don't let nobody get you to the point for you to fall from your grace and your salvation. And how many relationships are like that? The husband, he's off as hell, right? He ain't trying to follow the Most High. The wife is destructive, corrupt, right? The communication is off, right? The way she talks, deals, and acts. How long are you going to last with that? How long? How long are you supposed to deal with that? Well, forgive thy brother 70 times 7. Yes, and I have forgive. But what has to be done when you forgive? They got to what?
Repent.
They got to what?
Repent.
Say it loud, class.
Repent.
They got to what, class?
Repent.
They got to repent. Repenting means change. So I can forgive you 70 times 7, but you have to change and stop doing what you're doing, or you got the right to cut that individual off. I know it's a harsh topic, but y'all got to be told this because brothers and sisters think, oh, you know what? I'm bound to that woman. The scriptures say I can't leave her. Hell no. There's also other scriptures that gives us the stipulation on you not leaving her, on you not leaving him. You understand that? So we got to understand these things. Read that one more time.
Accept no person against thy soul.
Uh-huh.
And let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall.
So y'all see that? Let not the reverence of any man cause thee to fall. Y'all get this? Go to Ecclesiasticus 25:25. So let's go into this topic. Those are ones I didn't have. The Spirit was like, you need to touch on these. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 25, verse 25.
Ma Walla, go ahead and read it.
Give the water no passage, neither a...
No, 25 and 26.
Oh, 26.
Uh-huh.
If she go not
as thou
wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh.
Right.
And give her a bill of divorce.
So the Bible is telling us you can cut a woman off because she's not going the way you want her to go. You can cut that woman off. You don't got to play that game. You don't got to play those games. If she's not following the Most High and they're trying to follow you, she's trying to get you to always cater to her stupidity, you can cut her off. Somebody grab that door, please. If it's somebody we don't know, make sure you announce it. Let Asa get it, sis. Y'all get this scripture? Read it again.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her,
go ahead.
Cut her off from thy flesh.
Right.
And give her a bill of divorce.
So there is a such thing as divorce. There is a such thing as divorce. Go to Deuteronomy 24. You can cut a woman off, man. And that's what y'all gotta, a lot of y'all gotta realize. I'm gonna say it again for y'all that just logged into the class. We've been over many classes. We've been over many classes on helping couples be better, united, strong, right? Together, right? Unite. But this is one of the classes we have to go over, because you're letting your house crumble because you got a person there that's out of order, that ain't following the Most High, that's corrupting the family, that's destroying the path. So it doesn't matter. They gotta want the knowledge. They gotta want the truth. Now, are we clear that it has, you have to have followed the steps? I'm not going over the whole class on that. The steps of forgiving, trying, patience, right? Y'all do understand that, right? Okay. So I don't want it to make it seem like you gave them 2 weeks and then they wouldn't get it right. No, that's not what is being said. You gave this individual 70 times 7. And all along the way, they rejected the word of the Most High. That's when you're finally going to say, listen, I've done everything. You know, and it does take a while. Think about it. How long do we do it with brothers and sisters in the school? You know what I mean? How long? We deal with the ignorance with a lot of brothers and sisters for a while. Years. Stupidity. You know what I mean? Trying to have compassion and mercy and long suffering, like the scriptures say. So it's because you got people that's trying to fight too, right? You got people making mistakes too, right? And then you got some people that snap out of it for the moment, right? And they're like, you know what, man, you're right. But then the demon jumped right back on them, right? And it's like, well, here we go again. We thought you repented from this, right? So they can at that time say, you know what, yeah, I'm just weak. I need help. How many times we hear that? I'm just weak. I need help. Please give me the help. And then what do we have to do? We have to be patient. Say, okay, they're asking. So a lot of times that can go a long time. But then there's got to be a time where you look and say, wait a minute, bruh. Sister, we fed you, clothed you, was patient, was gentle, was kind. We got loud, we talked soft. We went through everything and nothing worked with you. What do you want? You see that? It's time for you to say, you know what? La'ah. Listen, we know the scripture says that the first and second admonishing, you're supposed to be done, especially a heretic, right? You were supposed to reject, right? So you got to see that there's a certain time to cut off an individual, especially in a marriage, especially in a household. It says, if she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut off and give her a bill of divorce. Read Deuteronomy 24 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 24 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
When a man hath taken a wife,
right,
and married her,
right,
and it come to pass that she find no favor in his eyes.
Right. Why? What was this woman doing? And we're going to get into that. That she found no favor in his eyes. Let's get out of the way the carnal things. Because to be carnally minded is death, right? She gained weight. That's what's going to happen. Right? Right? She got blemishes now. Right? She ain't young prime stallion no more. That, you know what I mean? His shoulders ain't broader like they used to be. Right? His stomach is big as your stomach. Like, that's not the ones to be able to say, oh, you know what? Man, I'm done. So you can't use those excuses. Y'all get that, right? That's not an excuse to cutting off somebody in a marriage. We're dealing with corruption, wickedness. People that don't want to see the things they're doing is cancerous in the body, in your family. Like their example is cancerous. You see that? So seeing the things, looking at this woman and saying, you know what, man, she has no more favor in my eyes. She had to be doing something spiritually that was corrupting the house, that was bringing down the family. Go ahead.
Because he had found some uncleanness in her.
Right, so remember, the uncleanness had to be spiritual. Go ahead.
Then let him write her a bill of divorce.
Okay, so are we clear that in the Levitical law, there is a such thing as a bill of divorce? Okay, I wanted to say that because a lot of people think like, no, you don't. It's like you could be the law of all law, brothers and sisters, but you don't want to bear witness. Oh, they don't supposed to get a divorce. They don't supposed to, but that's why the law is here, telling us there is times that there will be the time for what? Divorce. There'd be the time to say this person don't want to stop. This person's a whoremonger, adulterer, fornicator, right? There'd be times like that, right? So this is what the Bible's showing us. Go ahead.
And give it in her hand. And send her out of his house.
Yeah, send her away. Get her away from you because she doesn't want what you want. Are we going to have the same conversation about you should have waited, you should have gave her time, you should have gave him time, y'all should have knew each other? Y'all know that conversation, and that's for the new people. The ones that do watch it and be like, what? Well, because there was some times where you were supposed to wait in these relationships and really know what you're getting into, right? And you can blame it on you, but now you're there. You're in the bad relationship, and this woman is corrupt. This man don't know what the hell he's doing, right? He don't want to change. He don't want to stop. She don't want to change. She don't want to stop. What do? You got to give her. They got to get the bill of divorce. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from your flesh. So this is what got to be. And I know we're reading this from a man's perspective. But you got to ask yourself this. As a man, right? We're going to get into it. I'm going to show y'all how the Most High dealt with us as a nation. How about that? Go ahead, read.
Verse 2.
Uh-huh.
And when she is departed out of his house, she may go and be another man's wife.
Look at that. She can go and be another man's wife. That's in the Torah. That's in the law. So no, you're not sinning. Why? And we're going to go what Christ said, because don't think I left that out either. I ain't that dumb. We're going to go there too. But why am I pointing out the law first? Because there was times where it's needed. I got to get this woman away from me. She's wicked as hell. She don't want to learn. She's disruptive. She's chaotic. She's out of order. Y'all see this? So she can go, and then she can go be another man's wife. Go ahead.
And if the latter husband hate her, and write her a bill of divorcement, and giveth it in her hand,
right,
and sendeth her out of his house.
Go ahead.
Or if the latter husband die,
right,
which took her to be his wife,
right,
her former husband, which sent her away, may not take her again to be his wife.
You see that? That means that with the J-Lo's and Ben Affleck's,
that one's supposed to be
right? She's messing around with what's his name?
Antonio
Banderas? No.
That's
Rodriguez.
There it is. A-Rod.
A-Rod, right? She broke up with Ben Affleck 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Got with A-Rab and the whole slew of
I think
men.
she got with the choreographer first.
Bruh, are we going to go through the list?
Right? Oh, yeah. Let's run it down now.
The point is, she wasn't supposed to get back with Ben Affleck. Right? Affleck, right? She wasn't supposed to. You're done with that. Y'all be trading these harlots. You know what I mean? But I love her. Bro, she committed adultery on you. She's a whore. Right? So, and there's such thing as a whoredom of a man too. We know a man, when he commits adultery, he's a whoremonger. Right? He can commit adultery and he can be a whoremonger. That means he's looking for hoes and bouncing from hoe to hoe. Right? So there's a such thing to that too. A man don't supposed to be a whoremonger. So you got to see on both sides, man and women. The Most High is not with that. You're not special, man. You're not special. You got to abide by the rules, by the laws and commandments of the Most High. And these are the rules. That individual can be snipped at any damn time. Right? So you got to fight, especially when you got a person trying to be the righteous man, be the righteous woman, and follow the commandments and follow the laws. Right? You're like, man, I'm doing everything. I'm doing it right. Right? I'm not smacking you no more. Right? I'm not kicking you in the ass and telling you, listen, get your ass in order. Like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm not doing the blunts no more, the drinking no more. I'm not doing the streets no more. What do you want? Huh? Well, you're not sensitive enough. But I'm working on that. But damn. What do you want? You have to follow the rules and commandments and laws. Right? He has to follow the rules, commandments, and laws of the Most High. Go to Matthew 5:32. Go ahead and read that.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 32. But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife,
right?
Saving for the cause of fornication.
So, now we're getting more edification on Deuteronomy 24. She had to be a what? Fornicator. Now, what is a fornicator? Who knows? Okay, Cat's got this Christian mentality. No. I didn't. Go ahead. What's a fornicator? What?
You have such as spiritual fornication. Well, you said like she's bringing in the Christmas trees.
Right.
She's doing those things that's against the law that she knows is against the Creator, but still brings them among you or bring them in the house. Or
right.
Try to implement those little things into the life. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Right. But knowing fully well that, hey, we don't deal like that, or the Bible.
Right. She trying to bring Molech in the house. If she's trying to be Molech and Nimrod in the house, you're just supposed to say, well, brother, I love her. I can't divorce her.
We compromise.
Right. You know what I mean?
She's good on her side of the house, like willing.
Y'all are crazy as hell. You're bringing Satan in your house, and because you love her, if you love her, then you're going to have to do what? You're going to have to cut her off. So the divorce comes in when fornication comes in. And there's a such thing as spiritual fornication. That demonic person that wants to run rampant, rule the household outside of the commandments of the Most High. This is when divorce comes in, man. For your soul's sake, you're gonna bring these demons around y'all. You're gonna bring these demons in the house. Is that what you're gonna do for the sake of love? Huh? What about your kids? See, you gotta know when it's time to pluck that eyeball out. When it's time to sever that arm and say she gotta go. Right? Now, I know it's hard because a lot of times it'd be what? It'd be a two-way streak. Right? That's why I'm touching on it in two ways. It'd be the man doing things that is not mature. Right? That's out of order. And then the woman, what? You gave the woman away. Once you gave the woman away to show that you're garbage, what's going to happen? She ain't going to be the light of the house. She ain't going to be the righteous person. She's like, oh, I'm going to run with this. Because you get a lot of women that really ain't here for the gospel. You get a lot of men that ain't here for the gospel. So now you got two people out of order, and some of y'all don't know how to go about it and get it right. Well, somebody got to be the example. Somebody got to be the example in the house. Who's going to carry the torch for the kids? And not give the other individual an excuse. Because two wrongs don't make a right. Oh, he's a demon, so I'm going to be a demon. He's out of order, so I'm going to be out of order. Or how about we just both out of order and nobody says anything? That's crazy. Nobody's laughing because y'all know that be going down. What?
I witnessed somebody told me like it was his friend, and she wasn't really like in the truth, but you know, the brother's in the truth. So he was like, yeah, man, you know, she been having pork in the house. Now I don't eat pork, but I put it to one side in the freezer, and you know, I let her know, you know, just don't cook it while I'm in the house. But it's like you're compromising.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, fornication you're talking about.
At what cost, though? What does that do for you in the long run?
Nothing. Pretty soon.
No man can serve two masters. You either gonna get bow to one or the other. Right? So when it says if she be willing to dwell with thee, if he be willing to dwell with thee, that means that you're willing to dwell together in the same mind and same judgment and respect the principles of the Most High. You got to think about it. The Most High said when he comes back, two should be in the field, one taken and one left. Why? Because they agreed together? Somebody was in disagreement. Right? Somebody was out of order. So we got to know when to cut these things off, man, when they're not good for our... these principles, we're going over them biblical. But come on, man. You know people already do this in the world. Right? They're affecting my stature, my lifestyle. They do it like that in the world. Right? The ones that are go-getters and believers in what they want, you know what? I have to cut that person off because they were holding me back.
Right. They were hindering from my goals.
Yeah.
My aspirations.
Well, the Most High is more severe in here. Because now you got to see what corruption you're bringing around you and what things you're going to get corrupted what. And you're condoning. If that's the case, man, just go back to church. Go hang around with the drug dealer on the weekends. You know what I mean? If that's the case. Why? Because you're condoning all that. You're letting it slide. I'm going to let her do what she do. I'm going to let him do what he do. No, you got to show somebody the repercussions of what they're doing is not right. Listen to kids. If your son came home with lipstick and pumps, you got to be like, listen, I don't judge him. Just don't come to my house with no pumps on. Huh?
I don't heard it.
I love my son, but I don't love the pumps. I love your ass from a distance. You can hit me up on the phone. Right? That's it. You ain't coming around. Why? Because look at you. Look at you, man. Magic Johnson's son. You know what I mean? You coming around with a bra on. Right? You gonna let that just come around you and say that's cool? So I took it to the extreme. We're laughing at it, but it's the same thing. As the Christmas tree, as she's out of order as hell, right? She's disgruntled. She's loud. He's still in the streets. He's still coming back smelling like blunts. You know what I mean? And that don't mean you got to go right then. Oh, I divorced. Guess what? I got somebody new. Don't play yourself. Do not play yourself. Right? The law says I could divorce. You know what I mean? So I divorced him, but then you already got somebody. Stop. Stop it. Stop it. That's not what this is about. That's the whole problem you divorcing now. It's because you're jumping into relationships. So don't try to play the Most High. Understand what the will of the Most High is. Where are we at?
Matthew 5:32.
So read that. Read on.
Causes her to commit adultery.
Right. Right. So read it from the top. Read it again.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 32.
Go ahead.
But I say unto you, that whosoever shall put away his wife,
right,
saving her from the cause of fornication,
right,
causes her to commit adultery.
Causes this woman to commit adultery. So she had to be a fornicator. Go to Ezekiel 16 and 28. Somebody else get me we're gonna jump back to Matthew 5. Hold Matthew 5. We're gonna jump back there. Could somebody read me
Ezekiel chapter 16 and verse 28.
You gotta read loud. Read with some power.
Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians?
The Assyrians.
Because thou wast established.
No, read it one more time. We'll give you one more try. Hurry up.
Okay. Thou hast played the whore also with the Assyrians.
Right. They have played the whore with the Assyrians. So let's talk about whoredom and fornication. Right? What was it that they were doing to be a whore and fornicate? And this is what we're going to see. Right? Go ahead. They played the whore with the Assyrians.
Because thou wast unstable.
Because thou was what?
Unsatiable.
Unsatiable.
Unsatiable. Now, this is the spirit of that fornication. I want you to look up the word satiable. Unsatiable. Check this out. Unsatiable. This is our problem, man. These are the things that show you about a whorish, an adulterer, a fornicator, right?
Yeah, unsatiable.
Uh-huh.
That cannot be satisfied.
You see that? See, the whore, the fornicator, can't be satisfied, right? You were treated like trash with Joe Dummy.
Ooh, impossible to satisfy.
You were treated like trash with Joe Dummy. Then you come and try to treat your husband as a priest like trash. You can't be satisfied. Like, wait a minute. So you're trying to tell me you have more respect to niggas in the world than your husband that's a priest. You have more respect to the harlots in the world that were dressing like hoes instead of a righteous sister that's trying to follow the commandments. Like, you can't be satisfied, man. That's unsatiable, right? It goes into lust, desire. What else you got?
It says incapable of being satisfied.
See, this is when you deal with that spirit of fornication. You know how you get in the relationships and you're like, okay, I'm I'm going to go ahead and work on myself, or you got to work on you. Well, no, you got to work on you. It's like, wait a minute, I'm telling you, I'm going to get better. But then you ain't saying the same thing. Like, wait a minute, what do you want? You're supposed to be working on your demons as well as I'm supposed to be working on mine. How come I ain't hearing that all the time? Because you can never be satisfied, right? You gotta understand the spirit of fornication that be on brothers and sisters, man. It'd be a heavy demon, right? And the only thing that satisfies them is what? Getting crapped on, being treated wrong, right? Being dealt with. Like, some men love drama. I love the drama in my house. I like it when she's feisty, right? Or the women. I like, you know what? I can't be in a relationship without me arguing all the time, loud all the time, disgruntled all the time, right?
It's normal to me.
It's normal. Like, you don't know what peace is. And I know you touched on that the other day. Go ahead.
The scripture?
Yes, sir.
Thou hast played the harlot with them. And yet couldn't not be satisfied.
You see that? So the spirit of fornication is brothers and sisters going out there and looking for things that really ain't gonna satisfy you. And this is what we have to see. You gotta beware of this demon. You got a woman in that mode, you gotta understand where she's at. She loves the streets, right? She's for the streets, right? She can't be satisfied. You giving her the wisdom. You're trying to change. You're trying to put on the Most High, and she's still out of order. Man, sever that, bruh. Sever her. Give her to the streets.
She belongs to the streets,
right? She belongs to the streets.
Don't save her.
You got a man that doesn't want to get right, that doesn't understand that the gospel is the way, right? He's out there in the streets and the drugs and all these things. Mind you, y'all hear what I'm saying, right? He got to be out. He got to be out there. That ain't because you don't like how he treats you, right? He's too rough. He's too strong. Nah, don't come with that. He be putting your ass in order. Now you want to say, well, that's a reason to divorce. No. I'm talking about he's doing wickedness. But you got to know what wickedness is and fornication is before you come back with this, oh, he's a fornicator. How? What is he doing? What is she doing that she's fornicating? Right? So you got remember, judgment is on the rise. Judgment is knocking on the door, so you better make the right decision, right? You better know what the hell you're talking about if you're going to cut this individual off. Because if not, you're going to be what? You're going to be fornicating. You see how this is not a game? You get in these relationships and you're dealing with women, you're dealing with men, and then you're just jumping from man to man, women to women. You're doing more harm and more hurt to these individuals. You better know what you're dealing with. And we have no excuse above all people. Right? I got to say that. But at the same time, you still got some people that got to be cut off. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to change. They don't want to do right. So insatiable, unsatisfied, that's the spirit of a fornicator. What else? Go ahead.
Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan.
Right. You got to read loud because your voice is soft. So pick it up. Yell. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thou hast moreover multiplied thy fornication in the land of Canaan.
Right. You multiply your fornication dealing with what? Other gods, other beliefs, other ideas. This is a fornicator. So is she fornicating? Is she on the phone with different men? Is her mama's opinion more than your opinion? If her daddy's opinion, that's fornication. Like she can't have 5 husbands. Her grandma's her husband, her mama's her husband, her dad's her husband. It's like, bruh, That's fornication. She don't supposed to be doing that. She can't have 5 gods, 6 gods. She's supposed to have one God and one Lord. Right? The Most High, Yahushua, and you. Right? That's it. If she's going to find out the opinion from her family, bruh, then let her get her family. Go back with your family. Go back with your household. Unless they're what? Unless what? Who knows? Unless mama's doing what? Anybody? Think about it. You don't cut off your family unless they what? They what? They're in the truth. Unless they put it out. Mom, if mama's on the phone like, son, go to Ecclesiasticus. Baby, go to Genesis 1. If they're doing that, hey, I stand corrected. Yeah, I'm capping. You know why? Because most likely that ain't happening. Nope. Your family ain't coming and be like, listen, open up your Bible. That's your problem. You're tripping. That ain't happening. So, they don't supposed to be listening to them. The Most High said not to counsel with the ungodly. They don't supposed to be getting their advice from all their family members. Why do you think there's so much chaos in your household? Brothers be doing it too. Brothers be doing it too. You a counsel with your dad ain't got no wisdom. He ain't got no wisdom. Boy, back in the days, you know what we used to do to these hoes, son? I mean, that's your problem. You got to put them in order. Especially the cats from the 60s and the 70s. You know, they about the baby powder. You know what I mean? Smacking you up.
Grab your ass up real quick.
Yeah, choking you out. Right? You can't listen to that. That ain't wisdom. You know what I mean? Your uncles, drug dealers. You know what I mean? You want to sit there with your best friend. Oh, that's my best friend. That's my boy. We've been talking forever. Yeah, what is he teaching you then? What logic is he telling you? So y'all got to see, fornication is you getting all these ideas from somebody else and believing them. From the Canaanites, the Assyrians, the Egyptians, and you what? We did what as a nation? We fornicated. We laid with them. We believed it. So how many counselors you women supposed to have? You're supposed to have one. It's supposed to be your husband. It's supposed to be your husband. Now, in a multitude of counselors, there's safety. So you probably got a sister, but she got to be in the spirit. She got to be taking you to the gospel. If your husband says it's okay to talk to that person, then it's okay. Like the sister hit me up today. Could I ask you something? But, you know, I really don't want you to tell my husband. I said, sis, does your husband know you calling me, you texting me? Does your husband know is it okay with your husband that we counsel with me? That's a hard situation. I said, sis, it's hard. It's like, I can't help you on that. Why? Because she got to be wanting to share everything with her Lord. You see that? You're not going to catch me. I'm smart. You ain't going to catch me like, oh yeah, he was counseling with ribs and, you know, because I could be counseling with ribs and it's like, no. Husband got to give me permission to counsel or he got to be on the phone, right? And he got to know me. Otherwise, I'm not going to let you catch me, right? You're not going to bring no accusation. So that's why I told her, sis, yeah, your husband he gotta know. You know what I mean? But it's sad when you can't what? You can't go to your husband. Why can't you go to your husband? Why? What is it, sis? Go ahead. What is it? Why? He might be wicked. Well, it depends on what you're talking about. Like for instance, the sister that wanted to counsel with me, right? Her man is in the truth. Right? So, what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. Her insight is not in the gospel. Because she doesn't see, I see her husband every damn day. Every other day, if anything. So why wouldn't you want your husband to know? Unless, and I'm not saying it can't happen, unless he's that fake. You see that? Because you get that too. I ain't gonna lie. You get brothers one way, like what Chaazaqya told me. He said, man, the brother in front of us is, shalom, he real, you know, like he real meek with brothers, but he goes home, he's in the background, you bitch, you ain't nothing but whoop that trick, right? He's like, brother, I heard the brother in the background, he wasn't the same brother. You get that? It ain't just sisters with the saluting your house, right? And then she go home and you just hear rah, rah, right? It's brothers too. So, but what do you do in those situations? What do you do? Huh? See, a lot of times first of all, you gotta know what is right and what is wicked. And then you gotta know when it's time to say, okay, this is wicked. Or my husband needs growth. My wife needs growth. She needs time to grow. Let me be a little more patient. He needs time to grow. He's trying. She's trying. That's what brothers and sisters got to realize. The difference between this fornicator, this adulterer, and this person that the person that needs to be cut off, and the person to say, you know what? I need to give them a little more time. But you see what we're going over. Fornication. The Most High didn't want you bound to that. That was when you can leave this individual. You see this? So, see, we're leaving it. I'm going to leave it to the scriptures. Go ahead and, what verse are you at?
29 at the end of it.
Okay, read loud. Go ahead.
And yet thou wast not satisfied herewith.
Right, yeah. Go ahead.
How weak is thine heart, said the Lord.
Right.
God, seeing thou doest all these things, the work of an imperious, whorish woman.
The work of, what's imperious? Imperious, what you got?
Imperious. A person who gives orders in a way that shows they feel superior or more important than other people.
Right. So this spirit of fornication, of adultery, it says it's what?
A person who gives orders in a way that shows they feel superior or more important than other people.
But remember, it's talking about us, the fornicated mind, the adulterous mind. So you're wrong, you're wicked as hell, but then you feel what? Superior. How does that work? Like you way off, but you feel more superior, like you right. How does that work? Because when people get that pride on them, they don't want to hear nothing. Right? When they're doing something wicked, so deep wicked, they don't want to realize, a lot of people that are stuck in it don't want to realize that I'm not changing. I'm not going to put off. I'm not going to stop this. I'm not going to stop doing this. I know it's real. It's real, man. But that's the spirit on Israel. That's the spirit that comes around a lot of brothers and sisters that got the spirit of fornication. Go ahead. Come on.
In that thou buildest...
Was that it on that?
Done.
Okay, go ahead.
In that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way.
Right. It says, Asa, pick up reading. Verse 31.
And that thou buildest thy eminent place in the head of every way.
So what are we learning about this person that deals with fornication? That they won't humble. They're they're lustful, they're unsatisfied, and it says they still go out and do what? No, they build in every way. They're going out still establishing other relationships. What we did is we went out and started building idols and temples to these other nations. You understand that? That's that spirit of fornication. So your pride, you're lustful, but then you come back and still are establishing other relationships. This is why he said that except it be for fornication, you can't commit adultery. I mean, you can't leave them. So, yeah, if they're on the phone, on the text, right? And they haven't... I'm going to talk about two things on this because this is important. So, we know a woman. Adultery with a woman is what? Who knows? Raise your hand and speak loud. Or, where's the mic? We need a mic out there because I'm deaf. What?
It's right there.
Yeah, read that. Go ahead and say that. Over there.
Adultery.
Yeah. What's adultery for a woman? Go ahead.
Adultery with a woman is when she steps out on her husband and sleeps with another man while still in the marriage with her husband.
Right. So that's adultery. So a woman is not supposed to have any guy friends. You're not supposed to have any guy friends. Yeah. You're not supposed to have 1, 2, 3, 4 guy friends, especially if you have a husband. You understand? That's how you establishing other relationships when you already got your relationship. Did y'all, who knew that? Raise your hand. Y'all didn't know that?
I know that man being in the truth, but not before.
That's what I'm asking now. You know that, right? Did you know that, sis? A woman that doesn't supposed to have other guy relationships, friends. And what I let's be real, not the guy at work. Hey, how you doing, Susie? I can't talk to you. I'm not talking about that. Your boss talking to you and be like, could you grab me a cup of coffee? I'm not supposed to deal with another man. Don't be slow. We're talking about now you texting your boss after work. Like, oh, you crazy. But for real though, listen, I'm finna go in the house now. Like that is what you are not supposed to do. That's fornication. That's for a woman. Right? Now, what's fornication for a man? First of all, what's adultery for a man?
Adultery for a man is when he sleeps with another man's wife.
Right, when a man sleeps with another man's wife. That's adultery. Right? So, what would be fornication for a man, though? Now, it's a trick question based on what we just asked. What's fornication with a man? Because we know what adultery is. Anybody? What? Give him the mic. Just leave it on. Jesus.
When that man confides with another woman?
When he what?
Confides with another woman? Like when
No. Because how about if he's looking for another wife? If that's the case, then a lot of our forefathers would be adulterers and fornicators.
Yeah.
So it couldn't just be because he was talking with another woman. Long as she don't have a man.
Right.
Right? So, but what is fornication? There's still fornication. What? It says... I can't hear her. Give her the mic. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting my 40s. I'm losing my ears and all that.
Is it if like you start dealing with a woman and she introduces him to like other gods and he starts worshiping other gods? I don't know.
That too. No, good point. So you got with a woman, right? And this woman is worshiping, is dealing with other ideas, right? That's fornication. But before we go to the spiritual fornication, let's deal with the physical fornication. What? What you got?
It'll be when he's purposely trying to put his first wife away just to get him another one.
There you go. That's fornication. Right? You're putting your woman away, right? And not for no real reason. But you're trying to put her away because you want some young and slimmer, right? Or some young and thicker, right? That's one. What is another way? Come on. Give the mic to her real quick. Yeah.
When a man is trying to purposely have sex with a woman with no intention of making her his wife.
There you go. Y'all forgot about that? When a man is trying to just lay with these women.
Right. Hit and run just for fun.
Hit and run just for fun. That's fornication. You're not worried about, man, I'm going to bring her in and I'm going to teach her the gospel. You worried about, listen, she finna top me off in the whip and we be done. That's fornication. You're meeting her in the club bathroom, putting her face in the toilet. That's fornication. Why you look up on that one? You can't look up on the air on that one like. I'm guilty of the toilet one, brother. No, but listen, serious. That's fornication. See, it's both ways. The man had to deal with the responsibility. He wasn't just going to be making whores of the daughters of Zion. Now, we already know, if you're going to be a bishop, the first thing you were supposed to do was what? Learn how to deal with what?
The first wife.
You're supposed to learn how to deal with your first wife. So, that being said, you might as well cut out all that other I want to get another woman thing when your woman ain't in order. We've been over that. Right? If he can't take care of his own house, why the hell you worried about another woman? See, these are the fornications that we got to stay away from. They were setting up idols and things and other distractions to go to be to and worship. You understand? That's when it's off. That's when you can cut these individuals off. Y'all get this? So men, you got to be on point. Women, you got to be on point. Women, you can't entertain another man and try to set something up. You don't supposed to be dealing with nobody else. Y'all get this? Men, if you're going to deal with another woman, ask yourself this. What the hell have you done for Christ? What have you done? You got cast man that is scared to make it to Hebrew Academy because you don't got enough time for what? Your first rib. So why the hell are you looking for another one? So you really won't show up? Because all you're doing is you the woman pleaser now? Y'all see, this is a two-way street. We got to get it together. So this is our problem, and this is what we did with the other nations. Distractions, worshiping other gods, other ideas. That's the fornication. We did as a nation. What are you doing as an individual? So you got to be careful. You got to be careful on what you're doing because you're going to be sinning to the Most High. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 31.
Go ahead.
In that thou buildest thy eminent place in the head of every way.
Right.
And makest thy high place in every street.
Right. You got every other distraction. Women. Who got your mind? Right? Is your mind fully given to your husband in your house? What is your mind given to? You see that? Is it given to righteousness? Is it given to the Most High? Or is it given to the distractions? Men, is your mind given to the Most High so you can get your house in order. That's the way it's supposed to be done. And this is why a lot of time women don't have respect for what you do, because you got to get their ass in order first. You got to get them in order. If you had them in order, then you wouldn't have to worry about if you did go to the next level. You see? Because she would be in order to already understand what direction you're going. You see, the Most High is showing us, man, don't let these other things and spiritual things destroy your true relationship with the Most High, with your husband, with your household. But sometimes ain't nobody hearing that. They're not hearing this. They're like, listen, I got all kind of distractions. Other gods. Molech, Baal Peor, Baal Zaire, Ashtoreth. I got other gods that got my distraction. But as y'all seen, as we go over this, you see why so many households are in array? Because you're fornicating with every other thing instead of laying with the Lord. Being married unto the Most High. And that's why it's so much damn BET drama in your life. Because you're not focusing on the gospel. And it's not going to stop. You want the drama to stop? Well, stop being an adulteress, a fornicator. Stop being an idolater and lock into the spirit of the Most High. Come on, read on to verse 33.
And has not been as an harlot. In that thou scornest higher.
Right. Now listen to what he said. You weren't supposed to be a whore. A harlot is a whore. So this is how he's talking to the nation of Israel. You did all these things. You went on every other hill, every other mountain, and you was playing the whore. Right? Go ahead.
But as a wife that committeth adultery.
Wait a minute. So if we wanted to understand a relationship of how adultery and fornication was, this is the perfect way to find it out. He said, you were my wife as a wife that committed adultery. Because adultery is within fornication. It's the same thing. Right? Because you going and sleeping with women that ain't your wife, you're going to get them to commit what? Adultery. Because you're going to lay with them, but that was supposed to be your woman. She hits you and she hits another guy. That's adultery. Fornication. It's all filth. Right? You see? So, your pimping days are over. Done. You came in the truth. You're no longer a pimp, a player, sway daddy, big papa.
Return of the Mac.
Right, return of the Mac is done. The Most High wanted you to end it. All the fornication, adultery, all those things. You understand that? Welcome to the truth. You got to deal with the weight gain. You got to deal with the what? The blemishes. You got to deal with it. But the Most High that's nothing. Right? Because what we're doing is to establish our nation, our kingdom, our house, our families, our kindred. Right? You being a whore, going out there talking to every man in the world, you're not establishing a house. First of all, I'm on the Google feed, my little news Google thing. But things pop up, and you look at all these women in the industry that slept with all these men. All of them got inside problems. I was reading up on that Kate Beckinsale chick, and I'm like, why does this keep coming through? I guess it comes to your feed when you read on them, right?
Right, yeah.
So she came up, and I'm reading about it, and she has all kind of vaginal problems. Why? Because you sleeping around with all these damn guys.
That's Justin Bieber's girlfriend?
No. Kate Beckinsale. Underworld chick.
Okay.
It's like you're sleeping from man to man to man, and your guts need to be what? Spooned out. Yeah, like your innies are tear up. Infected, right. You got, what's the illnesses they be having? They be having the endometriosis. Ovarian cysts. They be having all, what else? I'm not talking about sexual transmitted diseases only. I'm talking about vagina issues, uterus problems. That a lot of that comes from, obviously, like he went over the other day, bad eating and stuff like that. But if you constantly letting men after men, what do you think you're gonna get? What? What is it called? Rejuvenation. You're gonna need that rejuvenation. But you have to go on a long cleanse and fast to get a vagina rejuvenation, because all that semen that be set up in your body changes your hormones, right? That's disgusting, man. Then you got cats going down on you. Jizz from another man's 6 years back, and you what? You like, man, I always eat it up. But that's somebody else's jizz on your face.
On the walls, man.
On the walls. Con. But what happened? The Most High is showing us why not to go that route. To leave those things alone. You understand? To leave that alone. Whoremongering, fornication, adultery. What you got?
I was just looking up different diseases for the.
Oh, we don't have to go into it. We'd be here all day with the vagina diseases. Go ahead, jump down to verse 33.
33.
They
give gifts to all whores.
Right? See, usually you would go give gift to a whore, right? Go ahead.
But thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers.
But how is that? Israel's backwards. You give all your attention to the things that destroy you. I don't get it. You got a wife that got a priestly husband, but goes behind his back and is trying to dip off to niggas that treat him like crap. I don't get that. How? Then you got the brother fighting, striving for Yahweh Shai. But why? Why is she in that mind? She loved the streets. She's for the streets. We're going to have to put the t-shirt on. Is what?
She belongs to the streets?
She belonged to the streets.
Yeah, don't say it.
She likes to be trampled on. Right? You got, the scriptures say, forgo not a wise woman. You brothers, you go out there in the streets, look for the yamp, but then you got a good woman at home. But she's too nice. You know what I mean? If there's such a thing. I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. I'm giving y'all the benefit of the doubt. No. But some cats like drama. You understand?
Need some spicy, man.
Right. So you got to see, man, these are the things that corrupt us. It's the same with our marriage with the Most High as our marriage in our life. Go ahead.
And hirest them.
And you hire them. How the hell does that work? They're the whore and you hire them. Right? How? You see that? Or you're the whore, excuse me. You're the whore and you're hiring your pimp. Like, it's all backwards. Like, look at how it's written even. He's like, wait a minute, how does this work? You're the whore and you're paying them instead of getting paid. That's backwards, man. Well, regardless, the Most High don't want that. Go ahead.
That they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom.
Right. So this is what we were doing as a nation. This is what whoredom is described as. Fornication and adultery is described as. Go to Matthew 5:27 and 28. And then somebody get 1 Corinthians 6. Jeez, time. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 27.
Go ahead.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Go ahead.
But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her.
Right. So, once again, where does the adultery and fornication start? It starts on your lust. It starts on your desire. So you trying to tell me, sisters, well, I didn't do nothing with him, but you lusting after it. You want to see him. You want to get the pick, right? Where is it going to go? Now, for men, if you're going to engage in a relationship, that's okay between you and that woman. But you just got to be doing that with randoms? Nah. It's what?
It's time consuming.
It's a waste of your time.
Time.
But that's what I'm saying. Your woman's complaining for time. You need to be given the Most High time, the ministry time. But how could you fit in time random yamps? How? You got to see, man, these things are pulling you to the dark side. Come on. Read on.
To lust after her, have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
So, you know why I went there? I'm going to show you something. Go to, did I throw it in here? No, I'll hold. Wait. Yeah, I'll hold that. All right. So, we know you weren't supposed to be lusting after her, desiring them. So, this is why a lot of cats, man, why are you looking for another one? Is it your lust? Or is it for the work, the word? Is it for to get more done? What are you doing it for? Just some side chick? You haven't got your first chick in order. You see that? And then women, what are you doing? You ain't even got no house in order, no family in order. This is why it's good always in the word. What did the husband and wife do according to Genesis? What's the main thing they did when they two twined become one flesh? They did what? Who knows? Trivia question. Yeah. They what?
They left their family.
They left their family. This is why it's always good for the husband and the wife to go do their own thing. That means mama don't supposed to be on the phone, auntie, grandma, nobody. You supposed to have a separate relationship in life. Because they pull on you. And then you're on the phone, and then you're listening, and then you're hearing. Y'all got to see this. This is where the distractions come in. The fornication comes in. Now, go to 1 Corinthians 6, verse 15.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 15.
Malachi, go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ?
Go ahead.
Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot?
That's a question. The question is, shall he take the members, your body, and make it a harlot? That's a question. Is that what you came to the truth for? I thought you stopped that. We were supposed to be done with that. Being the whores. Being the adulterers, idolaters. Right? The fornicators. That's what you came to the truth for. You didn't want that lifestyle, right?
I'm tired of being used and abused.
Right. Right.
You know, I'm tired of being unstable. I never have a stable relationship. Yeah.
Is it small? It's smaller than that? The violin. I say the violin because you be a general in the capping academy. You be a general in the capping academy. What's your rank? 12 shield capper. You know what I mean? If that's what you came for, then you got to give yourself over to the right things that's going to keep you down that path. You want respect from your wife and your kids? Well then, what's the way? We pull it all the time. Except a man what? What?
Hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord, his house shall soon be overthrown.
That's it. Like, you see, he got it on record. It's like that should be all that's in our mind. That unless I get my house in the gospel, in the word, in learning this word, it's always going to be what? On the damn cliff. Barely making it. I don't know if she's going to be around. I don't know he's going to be around. What?
I said, what ifs? You never know.
You never know. That's why you fear all the time. Brothers and sisters. But if you was in the fear of the Most High, you would see what? Damn, I don't got nothing to worry about. So here's the question. Did the Most High create you to make your body a whore? To be identified as the body of a harlot? That ain't Yahweh Shai. That's not Yahweh Shai. You're supposed to be locked into the body of Yahweh Shai. He's not no hoe. Yep. Right? So he's telling us here, if you're a member of Christ, then you're no longer that harlot, that fornicator, that idolater, adulterer. Jeremiah 3:1. Jeremiah 3:1. Somebody? Bueller?
Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 1.
Go ahead, Malachi, you got it.
They say, if a man put away his wife,
right,
and she go from him,
right,
and become another man's, shall he return unto her again?
Right. So, what happens when she go deal with other men? What did the Most High do to us? Cut us off. The Most High didn't. What you thought? He was like, but baby, baby, I'm begging, huh? He was like, but Israel, I chose you, right? You the best. No. He's like, all right, you don't want me? Here, take the white man. Take the African man. Huh? Take the Asian man. I'm going to put all nations, I'm going to let them run through a train on you. And that's what happened.
How you like that, man?
Yeah, y'all got it, brothers and sisters got it twisted. When you got this spirit of fornication and a person that is a fornicator around you, bro, you got to get rid of them. Get their ass back to what they want. Get them back to the streets. Because they don't want the compassion. They don't want the mercy. That's what we're realizing about the gospel is that you can pray, you can hold hands, you can kumbaya the brothers and sisters, but you got certain individuals, they ain't hearing none of that.
Yeah, that doesn't tickle their fancy.
Nah.
It's like the world, all the lights, they used to hit me up every night, when they used to get together, they'll hit me up because they know I'll come.
Right.
Turn up with them. That was just one group of friends.
Right.
And I got another group of friends that hit me up, but what it really does is that this individual is so twisted in their mind, they think that the validation from these people is more important and satisfying than what the Most High is trying to give to them. But the sad part about it is that they're whoring themselves out for nothing because those people really don't care about you. They care about your twerk style. They care about because you drink snacks and liquor. Mm-hmm. They care about, they probably could have touched upon you and then lay with you. And they don't have to worry about you next week.
Right. You were so drunk, he hit it.
Right.
Took advantage of you. Now you feel dirty, but you ain't gonna say nothing.
Right. You was an easy hit. You was one of those hits in that type of relationship to where there was no arguments. All it was have a little brunch or something like that. And that's it. I'll see you next 2 weeks. Next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, we'll do it again. It satisfies the world, but our people have programmed themselves to love that. But the sad part about it is that, as we see, you hoard yourself out for nothing. You devalued yourself in the eyes of the Heavenly Father by every other Tom, Meat, and Harry.
Right. Read on. Read that from the top. Read it again.
They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man.
Who's they? Who's they that say that? Well, the law. If a man put away his wife, so there is a such thing where you have to put away. You have to put away an individual. You have to divorce an individual. Because they don't want to follow what the commandments say. So, the Bible's telling us, all right? That's why I went to the law. Then I went to Christ, except it be for fornication. We're going over what is fornication. There ain't no, like, you know what, I got to stay with her. She's just going to be out of order. It is what it is. No. Trust me, the Most High will remove her and give you something better. I know. The Most High will remove you and give you something 10 times better. And all you have to do is appreciate that, put work into it, nourish it, water it, and the Most High will build on that. You don't got to mess with these disgruntled ass people. You understand that? Yes, I know. You love her. You love him. But sometimes the best thing to do for that individual to save their soul is cut them off. Maybe they might come back down the road. You know what, man? I realize you was the best thing for me in the life. That's fine. We can't get back together, but Yahweh Shai, you can get with him. You need him now. Oh, they hate that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you like come back to class. You know what I mean? In their mind, they was hoping they get back with you. They realized what? Nah, I just want you to get the gospel. You know what I mean? Why? Because you messed that up. That's done. Right? But how many times does that have to happen? Think about it. How many times that got to happen to you for you to realize that, damn, I'm just a bag of meat passed around. Huh? A sack of lunch passed around. A snack. A very unsavory snack. No snacks?
Lunchable.
Your damn Lunchable passed around, huh? Right. But because they like it. They like to be used and abused, man. This is what the Most High did with us. He's like, look, watch, read on.
Shall he return unto her again?
Shall he return unto it, the husband? It's a question. Ideally, when you cut her, what the law say?
Can't take her again.
You can't take her again. That's what the law said. You can't go back with that woman. Right? Go ahead.
Shall not that land be greatly polluted?
Yeah, you're polluted. You're so polluted. You're polluted, but you don't realize it. Men, women, you're polluted. Like how much more? Right? How much more do you need to be polluted and destroyed and distraught and broke down and beat down and realize that you ain't nothing? Like, hasn't the Most High done enough? No. I need a little more ass whooping, Chaazaqya. Sir, Yahweh, could I have a little bit more?
Right. It hasn't clicked yet.
It hasn't clicked yet. We've been raped, robbed, murdered, pillaged, castrated. We call niggas spicks, spooks, wet bags, border jumpers, water beetles, street cheetahs, all that. Is that not enough? You're Afro-American? It should be enough. But this spirit of fornication, man, is consuming our people, man, to where a lot of people love the streets, and you got to cut them away. Y'all get this, right? Go ahead.
But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers.
You what?
Played the harlot with many lovers.
So what is a fornicator? What is a harlot? You're going with all kind of other lovers. So what do you love more than your husband? This is what you got to realize. I look at the app. I send them these videos of Jake. And this guy don't use none of the Bible. But he goes through and he breaks down the psychological things that the women are doing in this world. And I'm like, wait a minute. I actually found one guy in the world that got a brain. And he tells you in these videos, he's like, listen, don't submit to these women. And I'm thinking like, all this guy got to do is just pull the Bible. Right? Let the gospel, right? But it be on point. But when you look at it, how many men are like that in the world? They put the women up on pedestal, right? They chase the women. They chase the Oscar Lamin fame, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Why? Men, women, what are you doing? What are you chasing? Like most of your life is dedicated to what? It's dedicated to what? Chasing. If you chase the Father, all these other things will be working out. That's how you cut out the fornication and adultery, so you won't get cut off and just be somebody else's piece of meat for the moment. Y'all see this? This is what you're supposed to be running from, man. So the Most High said, you are harlot, but what identifies us as this whore, right? Go ahead.
Yet return again to me.
Right. It says, but thou hast played the harlot with many lovers. So that's telling us this is what a whore is. Someone that goes outside of her husband and loves all these other men. Right? Yet the Most High had mercy and did what? Brought us back. So the Most High is not like us. His rule he gave to us was what? Cut her off. Give her a bill of divorce. Right? If she go not as thou wouldest have her, if she commit fornication, if she commit adultery, cut her off. He said, but for you, I accepted you back. Go ahead.
Saith the Lord. Lift up thine eyes unto the high places.
Go ahead.
And see where thou hast not been lying with.
See?
You with everybody.
You with everybody. That's what a fornicator and adulterer is. You want to be everywhere except at home with your husband.
Yep.
You want to be everywhere in everything except doing what you're supposed to be doing for Christ. That's what a whore is. Everything got your ideal and catch, and you're into every other thing. This is what he's saying to us as a nation. This is what we're saying to y'all to identify, to define what a fornicator and a harlot is. And those people, like, what did the Most High do with them? What did he do with us? He whooped us, cut us off. He didn't want to deal with us. He called us back, but after how many hundreds of years and generations? Like, remember, he's the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He chopped us down, generations down. Then he was like, I'll deal with your kids down the road.
Right.
For my name's sake. You got to see what's happening. Go ahead.
In the ways hast thou sat for them. As the Arabian in the wilderness.
He said you were like an Arabian in the wilderness. A damn wild man. You out in the streets. You thirsty. You thirsty, man. What the other scripture say? She opened up her quiver to every arrow. You a thirsty traveler. And that's the spirit you got to watch yourself. Are you so thirsty for attention? Well, go to your husband. Get his attention. Get his attention. Why you want somebody else's attention? Then you a hoe then. Then you a hoe if you want somebody else's attention.
We knew who you was.
Yeah.
$5.
You're supposed to get your husband's attention. Why we didn't go and get the Most High's attention? We're trying to now. A lot of ass whoopings later. You got to see. You're supposed to be trying to get your husband's eyesight. But I love him so much, so I'm going to act crazy and try to look for somebody else. What is that? What type of psychology is that?
That's Housewives of Atlanta.
Right? I love you so much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go get another man because I love you so much.
Yeah, that's some trap girls, man.
Come on, y'all. That's an ill mind. That's a sick mind. Go ahead, read on.
And thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with the wickedness.
Go ahead.
Therefore, the showers have been withholden.
Now, this is why you don't get blessed. Because there's so much fornication. So much filth. Read.
And there have been no latter rain. And thou hast a whore's forehead.
You don't got no blessings. Your house is out of order. And you still got a what? A whore's forehead. Go ahead.
Thou refusest to be ashamed.
So what is the defining, the definition of this fornicator, harlot, whore? You're stubborn. You're lustful. You're stiff-head.
You don't think you did no wrong.
You don't think you did no wrong. You don't want to change. These are all the characteristics the gospel shows us, so we can say, nah, I'm not with that no more. No excuse. What you got? Well, you had a little definition there?
Yeah, it's an expression described as a woman desensitized to what she should naturally be ashamed of.
Oh man. You was talking to these men right here. And I get it. See, when you say that, there's something sick in your head. You're sick in the head. Where's the humility? Where's the humility? Where you gonna say, damn, this is wrong? So I'm gonna say this again for men and women. Brothers, you got a responsibility to your house, to your family, to your nation. Sisters, you have a responsibility to your house, your family, and your nation. I mean, you see the disease, right? This is the disease that we've been having over and over, generation. Are we going to just keep running with it? Or are we going to say, damn, it's wicked? Now, here's the question. Because the topic we're talking about is when to cut a person off. Now we're knowing when. When she's for the streets, you got to finally say, you know what? Nah, you don't want to change. I got to let you go be for what you want. You got a whore's forehead. Same thing with the man. The funny thing is, it's beautiful with the man, and I know a lot of you women don't see it. But the man, what we see, when a brother ain't locked into the spirit and he's doing wicked things, he's always coming and letting us know his house is falling. It be like, it's easy for the Most High be dealing with the men. He deal with the men. Why? Because he make you disgruntled. He make you out of order. You don't want to listen. You don't want to listen to nothing. Right? Now, that don't mean I'm giving y'all an excuse. What I'm saying is when he's out of order. It's different when he's in order and you're not following. Right? It's different. But yeah, the man, he be... Brothers be like, man, my house, my rib, this is always this and this and this. The first thing we tell them is, well, what are you doing? Yeah. Because then we got to ask that. You doing something on the low? You creeping? You in the streets? You still trying to bend corners? No, I'm going to work. I'm going to home. You know what I mean? So then why is she disgruntled? Okay, so she got demons on her then. She got Satan in her, right? She got the fornicating spirit on her, right? That's what it be. As long as you're doing right, but when you're not doing right, the Most High, all that would just be a tornado. And what? It'd be funny. It'd be a tornado and what? You can't get rid of it.
You caused it.
It'd be a tornado and you'd be like, it's almost like the brother saying, it's so chaotic, but I got to deal with it. You know why your mind is like that? Because you created that. But when a righteous man knows that it's off, it's out of order, we sit back and we're ready to sever that from our flesh. We say, listen, I'm not in the streets. Like I always said, I can look at my ribs now. When they get a little mouthy, I look at them like, no, because I'm not in the streets. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not on no dating apps. You know what I mean? And if I was vetting somebody, you would know about it 2 or 3 years later. That's how long I'm going to have to vet somebody to bring her in my environment. You see that? Because I wouldn't just jump in like that. So when they get a little out of order with me, mouthy, I look at her like, I don't deserve that. Because I'm confident in what I'm doing. I don't got no reason to fake it. You see that? And they know it too. Class, home, you know what I mean? Well, state to state, teaching, all that. Gym. But y'all know y'all understand that? That's when you can be confident. When the gym is the actual gym. And her name is not Jim. Right? That's when you can be confident. But when you don't, then you gotta what? You gotta check yourself. It's you that are creating it. That is creating it. And I'm not even talking about the more than one woman thing. I'm talking about you don't got your house in order. You're looking for the wrong things. You're looking for the wrong things, man. You got to get yourself together. Y'all hear us say it a lot of time. All this more than one woman stuff, that don't mean nothing unless you doing the work of the Most High. You built, you're strong. You come in 2 weeks talking about you want 2 women. You can't even show up damn on time for class. What the hell is your problem? So don't come with that. We got to be clear with that. What?
Now I was just thinking about the, being unsatisfied,
Yeah.
insatiable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a void. You got that empty spot in your body, empty spot in your mind that weighs on you. And the sad part about it is that, like we're going in the scriptures, is that you're going to everything outside of the spirit, which is what you need to fill that void. But that's why that void is never filled, because that's never what's going to satisfy you.
Right.
But
it says the flesh can't be satisfied. The carnal can't be satisfied, right? Mm-hmm. So that carnal mind is never going to bring ease to you, right? So you can't let it control you. To be carnally minded is death. Go to Jeremiah 6:2. Right. Jeremiah 6:2. Come on.
Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 2.
Daniela, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 6 verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion,
right,
to a comely and delicate woman.
Right. So remember, the Lord was. We are the Lord's wife. Look at what he calls a hoe. Look at what he calls a fornicator, an adulterer. You can see on what not to do. You see that? You don't supposed to be entertaining anything else, being about anything else, loving anything else. There's a problem. There's a problem. But that's why most relationships, man, you ain't got no spark, no life, no joy in your relationship. Because your mind is somewhere else. Your love is somewhere else. You can't focus in on the love of your relationship. Why do you think when you first get in a relationship, the passion is strong? Why is that passion strong? Huh? Wow. Jaded. Like, I don't know. So long ago. Yeah.
Because when you first get in a relationship, it's new, so and exciting, and you're trying to learn that person.
BS. I'm not talking about that. No. Why in your relationship is it the best in the beginning? Because you don't do what? What, LaShawn?
Because you don't get to see how they really are.
You're along the lines, but you don't judge. It's all natural affection. You don't judge. So what happens when you get deeper in that relationship? He farts in his sleep. Right? Huh? She got doo-doo stains in her drawers.
Dang, street of the week.
No, nobody, hopefully no sister has that. It's just funny as hell. But you get my point. My point is this. You start to see each other's dirt. Right? But is that how it's supposed to be, to where now you guys forgot the love of your relationship? We're going into another topic. We can talk about that at some other time. But that was supposed to steadily be there. You know what I mean? You're supposed to still have that passion and love and desire for each other over the years. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. I know brothers joke about it all the time. Sometimes, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, brother, you still gazing in her eyes. We joke about it, but it's okay. You know what I mean? When it's in order. When she's in order. And that's what happens to relationships. We lose the focus of what the order should be. Especially coming back in the truth. Right? You're realizing, man, what love should be based on. You don't have that. Right? You don't know what love is anymore. What is love?
Baby
don't hurt me no more. Right? You don't know it. All right, go ahead. Read that.
I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right. So you are the comely and delicate woman. You are the wife. We are the wife to the Creator. And what did we do? We played the whore with many nations. And what did the Most High do? He cut us off. Y'all see that? So we got to see that there's a path that you shouldn't let your woman go down. There's a path that the man should not go down. Right? Go to Ecclesiastes 25 and 25. Go ahead and read that.
Ecclesiasticus 25.
Go ahead.
Give the water no passage.
See, why does it say this about a woman? If you're the wife of the Lord, what does it mean by give the water no passage? This is an analogy. Give the water no passage. What sister could tell me what this means? Hand her the mic. Give it to her back there. What's your name, sis? Trajan. Okay, go ahead.
Don't entertain ungodliness.
Right. You're along the lines. Let's get a little more specific. Amawanda, what you got? Bring it up here to Amawanda real quick. You was going to say something, right? Watch the cord right there. What you got, Amawanda?
It's like you say, you don't give leaven, a little leaven at the whole lump. If you let a little bit slide, she's going to take more and more liberty.
Okay, there you go. Letting that water flow. If you don't set up boundaries, the Most High gave us boundaries. You're supposed to give yourself boundaries. Your husband shouldn't have to tell you, listen, watch what you entertain. What you say? Her brother said he came home and what was brothers we were watching on TV?
Oh, you talking about
what was it?
Why Did I Get Married?
You watching Why the Hell I Get Married by Tyler Perry. Right. What the hell? Like, what is? It's like sometimes I'm like, what is it with the black and Hispanic woman? Do you constantly want to live in a Tyler Perry movie?
Right, you the novella.
Like, what are you getting from this? Like, what world do you live in? But it's a Tyler Perry movie. You living in a Tyler Perry movie, you want your husband to come out and say he's transgender, right? Because that usually happens in a Tyler Perry movie or something.
Right.
Or a tranny comes and gives you advice.
Y'all got to see, man, that this is why you don't give the water no passage. What boundaries have you set up for yourself as a woman? Because your man, he could come in and be like, la, sis. But, damn, I got to tell you, I got to go to my woman and tell her, listen, those movies, I come home, and your brain is damn mashed potatoes when I come home. How does that look? Sometimes it got to be done, right? But should the woman, you should understand about this spirit of fornication and say, damn, I'm looking at this, I'm listening to this, and this is not creating a good emotion inside me.
Right. It might just affect my subconscious. I'm listening to the words even though it's just a movie. But like you said.
But that's that spirit of fornication. It's like you're not creating boundaries with yourself. So now you got to have your husband tell you what? Don't do this. Don't do that. Right? Stop this. But listen, look, sisters, we didn't write this. Watch. Read it again.
Give the water no passage.
Read.
Neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad.
Why does it say a wicked woman, sisters? Why does it say a wicked woman to gad abroad? Because remember, right what she broke down in the beginning about the water, it goes all together. The water, no passage, wicked woman to gad abroad. Why? What is it about a wicked woman that gads abroad? Because a righteous woman can go, from state to state, help this school out, help that school out, right? But what happens when you let a wicked woman do that? She gonna make a pit stop, ain't she? Huh? She gonna make a pit stop. Listen, I'm flying in at. You know what I mean? I'll be there. I'm gonna touch down over here. My plane ain't coming for a few hours. Won't you come stop by and see me? And meet you at the airport. Bruh, it's real. It's that spirit of fornication. It's that spirit of adultery. This is why the Most High said, you shouldn't have to tell a grown woman, create boundaries for yourself, self-respect. You see that? You shouldn't have to tell men, listen, you're meeting up with these dirty ass yamps, these garbage holes, man, and they ain't got they ain't gonna do nothing. They don't want to cook. I was sure my kids, because the guy that does the little thing, he goes over the TikToks, and if the girl was like, yeah, you come over my house, you gotta bring some. I'm like, this is real life. These little yamps think like that. Like, you can bring a soda, you can bring a bag of chips. Like, you hungry little... Right? She's like, you can bring money. Right? But this is what these hoes think like. Because they don't create boundaries. So this spirit of fornication, adultery, idolatry, everything can enter in. This is why it says, don't let that wicked woman gad abroad.
I got a definition.
That's a wicked woman. That's an adulterous woman. You understand? So now you got to come back and say, there's another scripture. We're not going to go there, but it says, keep a watching over eye on your daughter. An impudent eye. Because why? If your daughter's loose, you got to know that. Oh, she wants too much attention. There's a problem there. You want too many friends. Mm-hmm. Why? You know what I mean? Like I told my daughters, I'm like, you ain't got daddy issues. So you ain't going to play that one with me. You know what I mean? You get talked to. I don't beat you all the time. We communicate on a high level. You know what I mean? I'm there. You get what you want. There ain't no daddy issues, so you're not going to manipulate that in your life. But an impudent eye, you got to watch over that. These whorish mindset, you got to watch over that. And you see that whorish mind state because they love abuse. They love abuse. The same ones that don't want a bad man, they run to the abusive man. And the guy that's nice, what happens? Nah, they want the nigga to dog them. You know what I mean? They don't want to make love. They want to be wrecked. You know what I mean? Abuse me. You know what I mean? Why are you too soft? Right? Is that not true, sisters? Because why? You identify more with abuse. You like those things. That's an adulterous horror. Think about it. Us as a nation, what do we respect more? The white man kicking your damn head into a curve. Because you won't hear a brother say, hey, listen, Christ is black. He's here for you. No, I don't believe that. Pork is killing you, brother. Stop that. No, I'm good with that. Okay, what about you getting shot live on Facebook? You respect that? How'd that feel? How'd that gun in your that bullet in your stomach feel? Then they want to what? Hands up, no shoot. Right. Exactly. It's the same thing. It's a whorish mentality. It's an adulterous, fornicating mentality, man, that kills us, kills our people, kills our family, kills our household, kills our nation. What you got?
Just the definition of gad, which was the pursuit of pleasure or excitement.
Right. So a gadder abroad, not the tribe of Gad, but the word Gad in English, it means you want to pursue things.
You're going in some place opposite of what's supposed to be at home.
Right.
So you're not getting the excitement or the thrill at home. So now you're going around and about trying to seek all this excitement everywhere else. Basically like a hub.
Right. Now, I'm hoping y'all getting from this topic, not just women, not just men, but the nation too.
Done.
See, I wanted to hit it on a threefold chord. The nation, the women, the men. When the Most High was like, I'm done. I'm done with y'all. When you got to be done with all that. You got to be done with it within yourself. You got to be done with it sometimes with another individual and say, I'm done with this. Y'all see that? Go from there. Go to Ecclesiastes 25, Ecclesiastes 99. So these are the things that were supposed to be in us because we had to realize what a fornicator, adulterer, idolater is. Right? We're learning that now. But are we ready to disconnect from that? Are we ready to cut that off? out of us, from around us. Read that, Ecclesiastes 99. Asa, read it.
Sit not at all with another man's wife.
Do we have to teach? Do we have to teach you that? To show you that, listen, Ak, that woman got another man. Why are you entertaining her? No. Like Christ said, she has 5 husbands. But you what? You're entertaining her? You know she ain't bound to no rules. See, this is what gets us into that fornicating mode. You should have been cut that off. But you want to what? You want to be another guy under her belt. She don't respect you, but you'll be what? Her hoe.
Rihanna said that, right?
What?
Another man on the hit list.
Right? You gotta see this. You weren't supposed to sit at all with another man's wife. You weren't supposed to entertain another woman. This is what's gonna get you into adultery, fornication. Most High is not joking with this spirit, man. And this is when you're supposed to cut these things off and say, nah, you know what? This is not going to end well. How many relationships, if y'all seen it on World Star, come in, he shoots the guy that's sleeping with his woman. Or he shoots the woman or makes them cut off. I've seen one.
There was one recent.
Yeah.
There was one recent where the man came home and he stabbed both of them up.
Yeah.
He gutted the guy against the door, and then he dropped on the woman on the bed, and he went to work.
Look at that.
He went to work.
How that's going to happen? 2 against 1 and you just get everybody. You know the Most High was like, look, go in there and ravish everybody. Like he going to get both of them?
He got both of them. Gone.
You're a strong cat, huh?
With a knife.
But that's what vengeance, the spirit of vengeance would do. You're entertaining the wrong spirits. Then when you get ran up on, you're like, damn, why, Lord? Come on now, really? You really want to know why? Read.
Nor sit down with her in thine arms.
Right? Men, women, to avoid fornication, you're not supposed to be dealing men with women that has men. Texting, communicating, TikToking. You're supposed to know. Now, if they straight out, above all, you ask questions and they straight lie to you all the step of the way, the Most High will be on your side. But at least you asked. At least you went through the checklist. It ain't like, well, she said she what? Did you really ask? Women, you're supposed to know you weren't supposed to be texting no other man but your man. You weren't supposed to be TikToking nobody. Your best friend was supposed to be your husband.
Yeah, no other influences.
That was it. Period. You got in a marriage. The Most High said he didn't marry you to a harlot. He don't want you to be a body of a harlot. So this is what we're going to avoid if we lock into the spirit. We're going to avoid the fornication, the adultery, the harlotry. Go ahead.
And spend not thy money with her.
Don't buy her nothing. Don't buy him nothing. Right? Don't buy her nothing. Oh, she's just a friend. Bro, you ain't got no... Bruh. What, unless she's single and you're looking to get with this woman as a wife, bro, what the hell are you buying her stuff for? Why? Well, I'm just being charitable. Stop it. You a simp. The scriptures say practice charity, right? No. You're a damn simp. You're paying for sex. You're paying for sex. Stop it. Go ahead.
And spend not thy money with her at the wine.
Read.
Lest thine heart incline unto her.
You see that? This is what harlots, fornicators do. And y'all see what we're doing out here in the streets, our people? This is no different. And do they ever care about this? Nah. Bruh, it's all game, it's for game, it's okay, everything is open.
Free for all.
Free for all. Back to the damn Greco-Roman Empire.
Pan and try. Come.
Go from there. Go to Isaiah 1 and 21. Isaiah 23. And then we're going to be done. Because got a few more. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 21.
Go ahead, Daniel.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 21.
Go ahead.
How is the faithful city become an harlot? It was full
if you don't see that the God of the Bible is a black man, you're tripping. Right? Don't come with that. Well, why are you talking so harsh? He said, why has the faithful city become a whore? Well, what were we doing to become whores? Right? Go ahead.
It was full of judgment.
It was what?
Full of judgment.
Man, you were a people one time full of judgment and standard and equity, right? And righteousness and nobility, right? Now we're just a nation of hoes, sluts, gangbangers, Crips and Bloods, right? That's not what the Most High wanted from us, right? Go ahead.
Righteousness loved in it.
Right. Righteousness was there. Go ahead.
But now, murder.
Now what?
Murder.
Now you're just a city full of murderers. Read.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
Thy silver is become dross.
Right. We're going to jump. Go to Ezekiel 23 and 18. So the Most High said, how that faithful city become a harlot.
Time.
Whores. Read that. Excuse me. There's so many names, man.
Chapter 23 verse 18.
Go ahead.
So she discovered her whoredoms.
Right. So Israel discovered her whoredoms. What are her whoredoms? Go ahead.
And discovered her nakedness.
Read.
Then my mind was
alienated
from her.
So she discovered her whoredoms and discovered her nakedness. It says, then was my mind alienated from her. It's a time for all things. When people got this spirit on them, the Most High rejects you. When your husband got that spirit on him, it's probably time to leave that. When your wife got that spirit on her, you got to cut her off. You see that? Because you probably going to bring something back. What about if you bring AIDS back? Then what? Then what you going to do? Salakak waf? Hey, bruh, what's the saying? Oh, I don't like strapping up, right? How many brothers?
Oh my gosh.
When's the last time you took the person you met to a damn clinic? When you first met them? Like our first date, where are we going? We're going to the clinic.
Make sure everything all right.
Make sure everything all right. I don't want the double quarter pounder with cheese. I don't want that. Right? Who did that? So, right? You're dealing with faith that this person don't got AIDS. You're dealing with faith. You throwing a damn you lucky the Most High's on your side. Because you're dealing with faith and making sure this person don't got AIDS. But you're dumb as hell and you're going to sleep with them without a condom. Because it feels better. That shows you, man. Israel's a nation of whores, man. Go ahead. Read on.
And like as my mind was...
Oh, wait. I forgot the point. Besides we're whores, it says, then he cut us off. There's a time to be cut off. You see that? Go ahead.
Like as my mind was alienated from her sister.
Right. When Judah and Israel separated, he's like, you both hoes. You go back and read Jeremiah 3. He said, your daughter's, your sister's treacherous. She a treacherous hoe. Go back and read it. It's funny as hell, but it's true. Like you slept with every nation. Y'all just dirty, right? Go ahead.
Yet she multiplied her whoredom.
But what did we do? You got to watch out for this. If you don't see a repentive spirit on these individuals, if you see more and more stubbornness, bruh, why am I going to be with that person? There has to be change. You understand? There has to be change. You think when I finally grew the hell up, and I got with Jeramiah. When I got with Jeramiah, it was about no more doobies for you. No more devil's lettuce. It wasn't going to be like, well, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years later, she was still smoking on the low. She had to give that up. Or else what? She would have never became in the presence of a godson. But seriously, I would have never accepted that. Because I already was done with the whoredom, with the foolishness, with the debauchery. So when I met her, she had to give up that life. Being a damn weed head. Right? It is what it is. But you know what brothers do? Compromise. She dope though. Right? I met her when she was 19. Right? Little snack. But guess what? She had to change. Brothers meet these women and you what? You don't make sure they change. No, and then they get older and stubborn and what? What happens? You been with me like this.
You met me like this.
You met me like this. You knew I tried. You knew I had a promiscuous spirit.
This is what you wanted.
This is what you wanted. Right? She multiplied her whoredoms. That's what Israel did. Go ahead.
In calling to remembrance the days of her youth.
Right. She was a young harlot. Go ahead.
Wherein she had played the harlot in the land of Egypt.
Right. Isaiah 65:2, and this will be it. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 65, verse 2.
Go ahead.
I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
Yeah. And what you do, you try to spread your hands to a whore, to a harlot, and what does she do? What does a whore do when you spread your hands towards her? Huh? She takes it for granted, she abuses that. Right? But us and the Most High is different. What did the Most High do with us? You can't whoop your woman's butt. The Most High whooped us as a nation. But I'm going here to show you what do whores do, fornicators do. So you can identify and say, man, this person ain't real. They ain't trying to change. They love wickedness. Like this type of people, the Most High destroyed. Right? When he puts out the arms and you try to be the good Hebrew Israelite brother and sister and they reject it for the whoredom, you got to come back and say, listen, man, you ain't real. It's time to put you away. Right? Go ahead.
Which walketh in a way that was not good.
Go ahead.
And after their own thoughts.
Right. You tell them the gospel and they what? They still stubborn in their thoughts. They're still stubborn in their way. This is a harlot's mentality. Go ahead.
A people that provoke me to anger continually.
Go ahead.
To my face.
Yeah, they right in your face with disrespect, disloyalty, and no order. Go ahead.
That sacrifices in gardens.
Right, and that's what we did. We just kept doing the debauchery. Kept going to other gods and other nations. That's a harlot. That's a fornicator. Right? Come on, you got to see. I got to cut that person off. I got to alienate from this individual. Go ahead.
And burneth incense upon altars of brick.
Go ahead.
Which remain among the graves.
Read.
And lodge in the monument.
Read.
Which eat swine's flesh.
Yeah, you doing all of that. Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas. Right? You in the new gen mind. Right? I do what I want, do what I feel. I'm an independent woman. Go ahead.
And broth of abominable things.
Yeah, you eating everything, doing everything. This is Israel. So this is nothing new, this mentality. Go ahead.
and broth of abominable things is in their vessels.
Read.
Which say, stand by thyself.
Right.
Come not near to me.
What they say?
Stand by thyself. Come not near to me.
See, the whole gist of this is they will constantly reject the change. They're going to reject the gospel. So don't be deceived by the capping, by the fakeness. Oh, no, I want to get right. The scripture said there's a wicked man that... Go there real quick. We're going to end it on this. Go to Ecclesiasticus real quick. We end it on this. This should show y'all about this. I can go on. We got a lot more, but I'll be here. I just wanted to go over this spirit of fornication, adultery, idolatry, more so whoredom, and show how we were supposed to be separating ourselves from that mind state, cutting and severing ourselves from that. Where is it?
19 and 26, Ecclesiasticus.
Read that.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 19 and verse 26.
Shun your bar.
There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly.
Right. Y'all gotta understand this. The black man, black woman, Israelite man, Hispanic man, Native American man got game.
Right. Professional cappers.
They professional cappers. Y'all not understanding.
Con artists.
They say it again.
Professional con artists.
They're professional con artists. They do what?
There is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly.
Yeah, you in counsel with them and showing them the gospel. You're going through them with the Bible and telling them, hey, listen, you wrong, you off. They'll sit there and what? Con. Salat. I was wrong. And then right after, go home and be a damn raving wolf. That's a wicked person. That's why y'all be tripping sometimes why you get dealt with certain ways and strict, because some of y'all be capping and we see right through you like a wet paper bag. Right? I said a wet paper bag because we looking right through you, but we can only see so much. You be capping. But there's wicked people that do that. Their intentions aren't to change and do better. And to stop doing what they're doing. That's why the Most High put this here. And if you didn't see the characteristics, then you're blinded. There are certain characteristics that show us what type of individuals we're dealing with. Go ahead.
There's a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly.
Right.
But inwardly,
right,
he is full of deceit.
I'm going to act like this. I'm going to play like this. I'm going to act like you know what I'm hearing. I get it. Sisters be doing that. You know what I mean? You understand, sis? But knowing damn well you're going to say, you know what? I hear what you're saying, Chaazaqya. But I'm going to go do what the hell I'm going to do. Right? We know that. We know that. But the Most High calls those people wicked. Go ahead.
Casting down his countenance.
Right? They do what?
Casting down his countenance.
You might even get a tear. Right? You might even get a tear. Right? No, I didn't mean that. Most High is dealing with me. But you're still doing the things that are creating this around you. You know what I mean? You're still smoking the cigarettes. You still getting high. Right? You know how many brothers we had that like over and over and over. It's like cops done stopped them. The Most High checked them in ways and they what? They still smoking weed on the low. But he back in counsel again and what? Hang down his head. Hear the gospel. Hear the word. Right? Most High said, you got to watch out for these cats, man. Because that be amongst Israel. Fornicators, adulterers, idolaters. Go ahead.
And making as if he heard not.
You hear me out? Are you listening? What was it? I'm so distraught right now. I'm so distraught. You're ripping in my spirit so hard. I didn't catch that. Y'all didn't believe me when I said there was a Captain Academy, huh? There's a Captain Academy. Israel's at the forefront of this. Out of all nations. Go ahead.
Casting down his countenance.
Right.
And making as if he heard not.
Read.
Where he is not known.
But when nobody's around, nobody's listening, right? Go ahead.
He will do thee a mischief.
That's why it says, give the water no passage. Watch, because when you deal with these wicked women like that, they're going to do mischief. They're going to creep. So I creep.
Yeah, keep it on the down. Nobody else supposed to know.
Right? You gotta watch that. This is why there's wicked men. It says there's wicked men amongst us, wicked women amongst us. So we gotta see. This doesn't disregard our compassion and mercy, but at a certain time, you gotta show them to their face, like, look, sis, we done dealt with you with compassion and mercy, long suffering. How many more times you gonna do this? Look, baby. How many times you gotta slip and fall, right, into another man's pipe and it be okay? How? Huh? He slipped into your DMs. Okay, you have no more DMs. Cut them all off. But then you got a secret DM. Because you don't want to change. Huh? You got a whole different Facebook. Right? Because you got your Hebrew Facebook with your head covered, right? But then you still got your worldly Facebook. Because they never really deactivated, right? You can always go back to that with all the old pics with you with spandex on in the gym, right? You know, with squeezing yourself down, making you look like you're doing good, right? You still got that. Most I said do away with that. Why y'all looking at me like you want to hit me? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Before thou be aware.
See, before you be aware, you got to watch that spirit. Go ahead.
Verse 28.
And
if for want of power,
right,
he be hindered from sinning,
right,
yet when he findeth opportunity,
right,
he will do evil.
See, you got to watch that. And there's tell signs on individuals like that. We can't be like this. This is not good. Yahweh Shai doesn't like it. We got to put it away. You understand? So, I mean, well, great Sabbath. Anybody got any questions? Nothing like a good Shabbat cleansing. Colonics.
Bring forth peaceable fruits.
Yeah. Anybody got any questions on that? Because we can keep going through the scriptures, but we be here all night. Anybody got any questions on the topic, off the topic? I'm going to give them a little bit of time online and say, remember, it is the Shabbat. We're going to be live here tomorrow. They're still working on the things in the school in Houston.
You got one thumbs down.
Huh?
You got one thumbs down.
I know. I bet you I did. It's probably a mistake.
Yeah.
It's probably a mistake. Hey, listen. There's some things that we need help with in Houston. If y'all got and you can't give, they need help with desks and certain things out there. All right? We're trying to do our best. I just gave them $1,000 to make a desk out there. We need help. You know what I mean? So if anybody has anything to add to that, it'd be definitely, what's the word? Appreciated. So just wanted to say that. It's the Sabbath tonight. Keep confusion, chaos, niggerism, and foolishness out of your day. You got to say that, man. Right? Because I know after this class, somebody going to get yelled at. Right? Somebody's going to try to do some yelling tonight. You're going to resist the devil. All right?
That's right.
All right. So if y'all need any holy water on the way out, we're going to give you this oil here. You're going to take that oil. You're going to throw it right in that person's eye and say, "God rebuke you." I'm just joking. No oil in the eye. I'm only kidding. All right. So was that it?
Yes, sir.
Nothing online?
No, sir.
All right. Let's salute them. Say shalom. Shalom. We'll see y'all in the morning for Shabbat morning class.
Six chill, for real.
Judah, 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 Judah. Judah, 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 Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. The scepter will never leave Judah. I'm Judah. Christ sprang out of Judah. King David was Judah. King Asa was Judah. Don't crowd me up, who gon' rouse me up? Alistair Crowley, your time is up. It's a big mess, I gotta clean it up. Esau, the end of my kingdom's up. On the eagle's neck, I'll press. I woke up from my rest. My rulership